true happiness is not the absence of suffering, but the deep understanding of life's nature, that it is always a mix of joy and pain. The ego is powerless. It cannot transcend the law of cause and effect. The ego itself is just a seed connected by karmic forces. Only the ultimate heart, boundless in its capacity, is truly reliable. This ultimate heart holds infinite empathy, boundless compassion, and limitless wisdom. It's the original face of life itself. It is emptiness. It is Dharma nature. It encompasses all wisdom, all supernatural abilities, all good fortune, and the root of all auspiciousness. It severs your attachment to the 6 realms of existence. It allows you to roam them freely, come and go as you wish. A prisoner in jail has no freedom because they are an inmate. Sentient beings trapped in the cycle of rebirth are the same. What's most foolish is they don't realize they have no freedom, yet they exhaust themselves scheming to avoid misfortune and pursue good fortune, assuming everything is within their control. But how could that be possible? A prisoner cannot simply have whatever they desire. They are entirely controlled by the warden, governed by the guards. They sleep when told to sleep, work when told to work, suffer punishment when it's time for punishment, do hard labor when assigned, go to the yard when allowed, break a rule and they are punished, solitary confinement or worse. Yet, ordinary ignorant people don't understand the karmic law that governs everything within the 3 realms. Their calculations are like those of prisoners. The cosmic order is like the warden and the prison system. Within that prison, there are teachers who come to educate the inmates. Though those teachers are physically inside the prison, they move freely and unbound. They come and go at will. That is true freedom. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are like these teachers. They enter the prison of samsara at will, untouched and unfettered. Even when they are within it, their minds are completely free. But the inmates, sentient beings, have not a shred of freedom. I'm explaining the principle of karmic reflection to share this truth with all sentient beings. The 6 realms are a massive prison. The karmic laws of this prison operate precisely by cause and effect. This is how the mirror of karma functions. When you truly understand how karma works, when you realize you are trapped and utterly unfree, and if that stirs in you the determination to escape this prison, then you have already accumulated great merit. First, I tell you the rules of this prison. Then, I tell you how to be free from it. The one and only path out of this prison is this. Everything crooked, selfish, and unwholesome in your heart, stop identifying with it. Gradually, these distorted and harmful thoughts will dissolve. When they dissolve, your ego disappears. And when the ego disappears, you are freed from the 3 realms. You have escaped the prison. You become a Buddha or Bodhisattva, completely free. You can transform calamity into blessings. You can travel freely to any world to share your journey and awakening. Only when you truly feel your suffering, when you no longer want to suffer, can you listen deeply to what I'm sharing here, the deepest, most profound, liberating, and freeing truth of the universe. But if you don't feel like you're suffering right now, it means your suffering isn't deep enough yet. You can continue chasing your pleasures, continue pursuing what you want, continue being reborn or chasing everything you desire. But on the flip side of all, that is loss, death, and destruction. When you gradually see through the truth of life phenomena, you begin to follow the flow of causes and conditions. You allow nature to flow as it does. Your body will age. Your beauty will fade. Your children, whom you brought into this world, will grow up and eventually leave you. This is separation by life. They have their own lives to pursue, their own journeys to fulfill. They cannot stay by your side forever. One day, you will part from them by death. This is the nature of karma and connection. When you can see through life for what it is, you begin to embrace its natural unfolding. It's ordinary, uneventful, but peaceful. Let conditions flow on their own. When something angers you, the anger will fade on its own. When you feel emotionally unstable, there's no need to suppress or manage it. Let it flow, and it will fade. Your joy will disappear. Your pain will also disappear. Even your emotional turmoil, if left alone, will dissolve. Your real trouble lies in mistakenly believing your emotions are you. You merge with them completely without distance or space. When anxious, you become anxiety. When uncomfortable, you become discomfort. With no space between you and your emotion, you become a slave to it, a slave to your ego, with not an ounce of autonomy left. Your body, your emotion, everything you have and feel will all fade. You can enjoy the process, not resist it, because this is the true face of life. Confucius once said, "The friendship of gentlemen is as light as water, while that of petty people is as sweet as honey." Why do our relationships have to be so intense and passionate, burning bright one moment and turning cold the next? A love that leaves room to breathe is the beauty of life. Family, romance, friendship, they all work this way. You must constantly reflect on your heart and compare it to this principle of emptiness. When you do, you will begin to see that the things you believed were meaningful have no meaning at all. The light and heat we strive to shine in this life and all worldly accomplishments ultimately mean nothing. The only meaningful thing is to see through these illusions. Then you begin to float. In other words, you drift along the river of life. Wherever the river carries you, you fully savor and enjoy each moment, each place. Everything is impermanent. Nothing in this world lasts forever. That is the true nature of existence. When you see it clearly and compare it with your life experience, you develop inner insight. Then you realize how foolish all attachments are. All the things you once thought were meaningful are in fact meaningless. You will gradually realize how empty your attachments are, and there is no need to let them go. They will dissolve on their own. Why force yourself to let go? Because you can't let go. And when you force yourself with the idea of letting go, you're only hypnotizing and deceiving yourself, which deepens your attachment. The real issue isn't letting go, it's that you haven't seen through it. So you choose self-deception. This world is deeply painful. What should you do? Escaping it is not liberation. Seeing through it is liberation. Escaping means you are still in pain. Why is the world so painful? Because you haven't seen through it. You keep chasing. That's why you suffer. When you chase happiness, you are actually chasing suffering. But once you've seen through it, you don't even need to tell yourself to stop chasing happiness. The desire to chase happiness dissolves naturally.